Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. So, if you are just joining us, my name is Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with singles to help them get through heartbreak or the frustration of the dating scene so that they can find the partner that they deserve, okay? So a couple of announcements. I have been inundated with calls. I am so excited for the people who are ready to take action to change their love life and change their circumstances. But I shouldn't say so, I should say but I do have a couple of slots left for the remainder of the week. So if there is anyone who missed the wave, who missed the Black Friday through Cyber Monday wave, this is your opportunity to get on board. Click the link in my bio and schedule your call. The call is free, but the call is not a free session. It's not a free session. It's to talk about the coaching programs to see what's a good fit for you so you can jump on and get those Black Friday through Cyber Monday discounts. So take advantage if you were slow with it, if you were sick with it, if you were partying with it, if you were having a good time with your family with it. Take advantage while you still can. Hi, Gracie. Welcome, Miss Sharmina. Hello, a grown woman. She is grown. Hi, Siobhan. How are you? Welcome, G. Haddon. Welcome, Walla. Thank you, Free Rights. Perfectly Flawed 30. Thank you, everyone who is joining. J. Sapphire, Snatched by Marie. Derek Miller Jr. Thank you, everybody who is joining this live stream. Okay, so today is Wednesday, and if you are not new, if you've been here before, you know that every Wednesday I do my live Q&A somewhere between 5 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern, depending on the other sessions that I may have booked for the day. So, Jay, he is from Alabama. Thank you and welcome. If there's anybody else, Taylor, thank you. Taylor, I don't know if I owe you a DM. I'm sorry if I do. Do not beat me up. If there's anybody else who wants to introduce them and introduce themselves and let us know who you are and where you are from so that I can welcome you into the land of love, then please let us know who you are so that I can welcome you in such a way. Anywho, how does this whole thing work? So in an effort to be organized, I create this green story with my face like, I have a question. I create this story every week on Tuesday, about 24 hours before I go live. And it gives folks the opportunity to then ask me questions. Then I then read and I share what I think would be the next step. This is my opportunity to give back to my community that I call Instagram. For those who are unwilling or unable to invest in themselves to book a session, at least they'll be able to get their answer questioned here. So Jay says, can I DM you? And I'm 25, born in July, went through a terrible heartbreak. Sure, Jay, you can DM me, not for advice because we don't offer advice via DM. Most professionals don't. But if you want to talk about scheduling an opportunity for us to talk about how I can help you with one of my programs, then yes, please feel free to do so. Or you can click the link in my bio, schedule a call, and let's see what the deal is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the questions that were given to me via the stories. And then if there is a name that I trust, if there is someone that I see that I know who would like to go live with me to answer, that became answer, to ask a question, then I will be more than happy to answer your question live here. Okay, I see friends are saying hi to each other. Hey, Alex, welcome, boo. Okay, so the first question I have that was presented to me. How do you ask your current partner of 6 months to take down social media pics with their ex? How do you ask your current partner of 6 months to take down social media pictures with their ex? So the first thing I need to do, just for my own mental space, I need to confirm that this is really your man or your woman. Now it says current partner, but I just need to ask myself that. I have to put it out there in the atmosphere just in case there's anybody else who's thinking the same thing. Because how is this your man or your girl or your woman or your lady, and they have the audacity to still have photos of their ex on their social media? So the first thing I need to know is, is this really your man? Or is this really your woman? Is this really your lady? Is this really your person? Because I can't believe the audacity. His name must be Audacity. Her name must be Audacia, because I can't believe it. How do you ask? Okay, so the therapist is on here, right? So I am Taylor Chandler's on here, amazing therapist, and she's not going to appreciate my answer. My answer is, I'm not asking you nothing. I'm not asking you anything. You are taking your device out and you are removing the phones or the pictures from your phone and the pictures from your social media platforms expeditiously. There is no asking. I don't have a way to ask. So I saw that you still have pictures of Tiffany on your profile. So when are you removing them? Is it going to be now because it's 5:22 p.m. Eastern? Or is it going to be around 7 when you're scrolling tonight on Instagram? Like, at what point today are these being removed? That's how you can ask. That's how I'm asking. Because if this is my man and the relationship is over with the ex, then what is the logic behind the photos still being there? But guess what? I'm not asking you because I don't care what your logic is. There is no logic. I am yours now. You are mine now. The photos got to go. And I don't even want them archived. I want them deleted because it is over, right? Unless it's not over. Unless there's something I need to know. And if I need to know it, then let me know. And then I could do what I got to do and you could do what you got to do with your ex who's now your real girl. Like, I'm not asking you nicely. This is a requirement. So how do you ask your partner of 6 months to take down his... I'm not asking, I'm telling. And I know that that's not, oh, Alison, you're a relationship coach. You should be facilitating a conversation which allows a free exchange. No. Now I'm going to scroll and read, but that's all I have to say. That's what I have to say about that. Okay. I mean, somebody said facts. I got 2 facts. So that's super facts, right? By using your words. And why do you have to ask? Thank you, Ashley. I'm not asking you. It's gone. Goodbye. You lucky that I'm not going through your phone and seeing if you got old folders. You lucky I'm not going through your phone to check on photos. I'm not going through people's phones. So you lucky about that. So you can have your little privacy. Your little privacy in your phone. But what you're not going to do is publicly embarrass me by still having photos of your ex on your profile. Awkward? No. There is no conversation. There's no conversation. So sorry. Too bad. So sad. Okay? Sorry, babes. Hope I didn't come across too rough. I'm just trying to impart a message on you of how serious this is. I'm not asking you nicely. What time today will the photos be down? Because... and I wouldn't even say all this. I just want, right? But I'm going to give you the background. Because I have the impression that you are still connected with this young lady if you refuse to remove these photos. And if you're still connected with this young lady because you refuse, not because, but as evidenced by you not removing the photos, then I'm going to remove myself. Like, this human is going to be removed because you can't remove the photos and you're disrespectful. Goodbye. All right. The next question is, do you think it's okay for a man to ask you your body count if you've been speaking for a while but never met? Do you think it's okay for a man to ask you your body count if you've been speaking for a while but never met? I think it's weird for anybody to ask you how many partners you had. I don't care what the status of the relationship is. I don't care if we're friends. I don't care if we're getting to know each other. I don't care if we're dating. I don't care if we're courting. I don't care if we're engaged. I don't think we're married. Don't ask me no questions like that. You asking questions like that for what? People still ask those questions. I didn't even know people... No, seriously, people still ask those questions? I didn't even know people still ask those questions. Who cares? Am I missing something, y'all? I thought that was really from 1997. I'm not answering that question. I'm answering this question. I'm not answering the body. None ya. That's how many. Y'all gonna make me curse. Y'all gonna make me curse on here. I was just about to curse y'all. None of y'all. The fuck? Like, I'm not answering your question. Who does that? Exactly. What in the world? It doesn't matter. No. Can we retire body counts? I don't like it. It's a stupid question. No, hell no. Hell no. Not the body count. Okay, so we on the same page here. How old is this? Is this guy 50 years old? Like, how old school is he? No, don't ask no woman no questions about her body count. And women don't ask no men why. What difference is it gonna make? You better do your whole facts if it bothers you that much. You're from a small town. And so I don't know what to tell you, brother, but don't ask anybody that. That's awkward. And don't ask me what I bring to the table, which is another day for another conversation. I freaking hate that question. Anywho. Yeah. I have noticed on many dating sites, the majority of men have nothing in their bio. I have spoken at length about this. At length about this. I have noticed on many dating sites, the majority of men have nothing in their bio. Should I swipe right or left? So I've spoken at length about this, and I'll speak about it again because I don't understand. Well, I do understand. I understand that I have a limited reach, and so just because I said something a couple of times doesn't mean that the whole world should just know it and hear it, even though they should because it's valuable. I am swiping super left. I am not connecting with anyone who cannot take 3 minutes to invest in a profile that they supposedly created so that they can meet someone and have a meaningful relationship of sorts, right? Even if it's just for sex. You telling me you can't take 3 minutes? To the left. You can't take 3 minutes to write who you are, where you're from, what you like to do, where you went to school, what you do for a living, got a dog, got a baby, you married. You telling me you can't take any time? So I tell every single person that's in any of my coaching programs, anyone who joins a class, this is hundreds of women I've told across the country, that if someone cannot take a moment of their life to write a few sentences to describe who they are, then they are obviously not serious about meeting anybody of substance here. They are looking for some kind of prostitution. Like, there is absolutely no effort whatsoever, which is fine. That's their right. But you, madam, are going to swipe left. Walk to the next bus stop. That's right. And that bus stop is to the left. You better swipe left. I don't care how cute you are. I don't know anything about you. I just put a post today that looks are not enough. Looks are what get people in trouble. Looks not enough. So even if you have amazing photos on your profile, which these men's profiles stink, and for any of the men who are on here, please do a better job of talking to your homies, because I am advising every single woman or person who dates men to please swipe left. If these guys can't even take 5 minutes out of their life to write something decent on their profile. If he's serious, he can give the bare minimum. Yes, Shay, come on. Ridiculous. They need time to gather and organize the lies. Well, it doesn't take much time to lie. It takes 2 minutes to lie. Lie, do something, put something. Come on. You're making it obvious that you have absolutely no interest here other than some kind of transactional sexual situation. Why would you not have the decency to write something? If you don't have the decency to write something, then guess what? I highly recommend people do not give them a chance. They playing games. Goodbye. Next question. If marriage is your end goal, how long should you stay in a relationship without a proposal? If marriage is your end goal, how long should you stay in a relationship without a proposal? Commercial break. If you would like to ask a question live here on Instagram with me, knowing that this will be saved and it will be in my archives or my IG tab, whatever, then go ahead and request to go live with me. That is the box that is right there. It looks like a camera with a plus in it. That is not this bubble that's right there where you're loading it up with questions. No, to go live with me, to ask your question live, you can go ahead and click on that. And once I'm done here, we will go there and then we will be done. Okay. All right. So Gracie put in the comments, this is my question. So then I'm going to, speak to you, Gracie, because you're here. And I'd much rather speak to like a person. All right. I don't know if you feel comfortable, Gracie, answering this question here that I ask, but the first question I would ask is, how old is the person? How old is the person that is asking this question? And the reason why I say that is because I don't think that there is a hard and fast answer for this. If someone's been dating somebody else for 7 years and they've been together since high school, that would make them about 25. Then 7 years to somebody else and they're 30 and now they're 37 is two different sets of 7 years. So the age of the person, to me, is the first indication or the first factor, the first thing I would factor in when deciding what is too long versus when it's not too long. There's no hard and fast answer until I have the age. Okay, so now I have something. He's 12 years older. That's important to know. But how old are you if you feel like sharing? We've been together for 2.5 years. Okay, so the only thing is, Gracie, and you might not want to share, and that's okay, but I would need to know how old you are in order to answer that question. Because again, you've been together for 2.5 years. Are you 50? 2.5 years is a long time. Are you 27? 2.5 years is not a long time. So the age to me, is going to be the deciding factor on how long is too long. While I wait for you to answer that question, if you decide to, if you don't, it's okay. I would say this: anyone who is in their mid-30s or older, if we are not talking about marrying each other, so not even marriage talk, right? Not marriage talk. If we're not talking about marrying each other within 2 years of our relationship, then I don't see that this person is serious. Okay, she answered. I'm 24. He's now 36. Okay. So Gracie, mid-30s, if we're not having a conversation, so he counts. You don't count as the person in their mid-30s, but he does. Mid-30s, and we are not having conversations about us being married to each other within 2 years of that relationship, then to me, this person is not interested in marriage or marrying you anytime soon. Mid-30s, okay? Now, what I would say is I would like to know, and this is no, shade on you, but I would like to know what a 36-year-old man has in common with a 24-year-old young woman. Because when someone is 24 versus 36, there are going to be staunch differences in goals. Values might be the same, but goals are going to be different. Desires are going to be different. Just status is going to be different. So there may be something at play here where this gentleman is purposefully dating younger women so that he doesn't have the pressures of when are we going to get married and when are we going to have a baby. And that's actually what I actively recommend to men who, quote unquote, don't want to be rushed into marriage. Well, you need to date much younger women because much younger women are not going to be as pressed, so to speak. But older women who desire marriage, right, are going to be more pressed, especially if they want to have children in wedlock and they're getting older. It's biology, sorry, right? So Gracie says that they're both African, they just mesh well. Okay. I mean, there's like millions of African people, but I got you. Nonetheless, as someone in their mid-30s for him, if he hasn't been speaking about marrying you, and you mentioned that you're African, so I don't know if you're more traditional, right? Then definitely those conversations should have been happening, and I would be concerned. Now, would I leave the relationship after 2.5 years of not having serious conversations about us getting married? Not necessarily. I wouldn't leave. I'd bring it up though. And I want to know, what is the delay? You're 36 years old, sir. So what is the delay? Somebody told me to read up, so I'm reading up. Yeah, tell me where to go though, because it's a lot. I'm going to start here. A grown woman says, does the other person have the same goal? Because if not, no amount of time would be No, not any amount of time could be a waste. Yeah. Well, yeah. So there needs to be conversations now. So, hey, it's been 2.5 years. What's the issue here? Is the issue that you don't desire marriage? Is the issue that you don't desire marriage with me? Is the issue that you don't desire marriage with me right now? And if not, why? Like 2.5 years for someone who's in their 30s is enough time to have decided whether or not you want to be married or if you want to marry each other at some point. Okay? Oh, okay, there's a dowry. So then why are you asking me, girl? Do you know what it is? That's the delay then, right? So there's a cultural element. There's a cultural delay. And so that might be the issue that's at hand, okay? But, girl, how am I supposed to know that? I guess that's why Ashley told me to read up. Okay. Yeah. So, girl, I love you, girl. But you already have the answer. You already know what the delay is. There are cultural elements that are causing the delay. So that's why. No? That's what's already been answered. So we good. We're good. We're going to move on. Okay? Next question. When telling an ex you do not have any wish for a friendship, how can you put a bow on that? You don't. You're my ex. I don't like you. Again, I apologize for the mental health professionals, the therapists who are on today. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me for the niceties. There are no bows. I don't care for a bows. Remember that old meme? You're not my dad. Well, you're not my man. So I don't care to put a bow on anything. I have no desire whatsoever. I don't have to be kind. I don't have to be warm. Things didn't work out. And for whatever reason you may have, I don't desire friendship. Maybe things ended and you're still attached to this person. It still hurts you to spend quality time with them, to talk with them. And as a result, friendship is not going to work, right? Maybe they hurt you, right? They violated your trust, what have you. And as a result, you don't want to be friends. I don't have to explain this to you. You're not my man. So, hey, we're not going to work as friends. It's just not going to work. If you want to describe why it's not going to work, because you know that I still want to be with you and it hurts me to spend quality time with you knowing that we can't be together in the way that we want. I don't want to be friends with you because I'm still angry with you with what you did. And as a result, we can't be friends. You can explain if you want to, but you don't have to. There is no bow. There is no nicety. There's no softening. There's no need. You're not my man. Period. Okay. And then, as Taylor Chandler has stated, you can click the link in my bio and you can check out the free training from Breakup to Boot Up, or you can check out the free ebook, Move On Sis. Either one of those absolutely free. Click the link in my bio. Okay. Why does our society harp so much on sugarcoating? I think that's a good question. I don't know. I'm not a sociologist. I don't know. But I will say that I don't care for it. And, this is just me. Key Desire says I'm dishing it today. Next question. And then this will be the final question, unless somebody wants to go live and share their question live. While dating, should you take up for the person you are interested in against your friends? That's a good question. While dating, should you take up for the person you are interested in against your friends? So this is what I would say. I would say I'm going to stand up for anyone who is right. I don't care who's right, and I don't care who I have to stand up against. So if the person that I'm dating is the one who's right in that particular circumstance, then I am going to defend my friend. I'm going to defend my girl or the girl that I'm dating because she's right. If my friends are the ones who are right and they are disagreeing with my girl or a person that I'm dating or whatever, this is a guy who asked the question, so I keep saying my girl. Then in that particular case, then I'm going to be on my friend's side. Like, I'm not going to have an allegiance with any particular group just because of the status they are in my life in that moment. I'm going to go with the person whoever's right in that circumstance. Now, some people don't like that because that also then leads to, well, what about family? I'm not willy-nilly standing up for my family. I'm not willy-nilly going to agree with my family and my friends just because they're my family and my friends. And this is just somebody that I'm seeing right now. I'm going to go with the person who's right. Now, what I would say is sometimes you can mediate this, right? So maybe you won't be as aggressive against a loved one, even if they're wrong. You might say, Ma, chill. You don't have to talk to her like that and then move on, right? But so you might not go hard, but I'm not going to agree with someone willy-nilly just because, oh, you're my sister, you're supposed to agree with me. Hell no. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put them people in their place a lot faster than I would a stranger or some chick that I'm casually seeing. Nonetheless, my allegiance is with the person who's right, not with the person who I may or may not have a relationship with. Okay? Okay. So I have somebody. Let's see how this works out today. Hi, Zeta, baby.
Hello.
How are you today?
Fine.
Good. So what question do you have for me?
Okay, so my question is like, I just got a 4.5 relationship, like, just say the beginning to the mid of this year. It was abusive, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So now that I'm done with my bodybuilding career, well, not career, but a season. Let me say that my bodybuilding season. I'm trying to figure out like how do I start dating. Like, I don't really tell people what I do for a living, but I don't really care right now. So, like, I work for the police department in DC. I work out full time and I work full time. I do training on the side. So I'm just trying to find a balance of how do I get back in the dating world? Because I really don't know how. Like, I'm a homebody. I don't really go out, and then when I do go out, I get bored.
So what's your reservation? Your reservation is getting back on the scene as a police officer, getting back on the scene as a bodybuilder. Like, what is your concern?
I just want to learn how to get back on the scene, period.
Okay.
With my busy lifestyle.
So the first thing is anything that you say that you want to do, and I can tell from your photo I saw that when you say you want to do something, you get it done. If you have decided that dating is a priority for you, you have to make time for it. So it can't be, Allison, how can I balance my full-time job that I'm sure sometimes has like overtime too, right? How do I balance my full-time job with my full-time bodybuilding, with my side business? I'm going to tell you there's only 24 hours in the day. So you'll have to decide that this is a priority for you as well and dedicate time. Now, what does this time look like, right? Like, how much time are we talking? So I'll tell you about for the people who are in my coaching program. So folks who join my coaching program are investing money, investing thousands. They want to get the results, right? And so what I recommend to those who are in my coaching program, I say, I need you to do 30 minutes of dating activities every day. What's a dating activity? So that would include the following. 1, creating your profile. 2, scrolling through profiles. 3, messaging people. 4, responding to messages. 5, getting on the phone. 6, getting on FaceTime. 7, going out with friends, right? And even with friends, I use that like I should say a friend, like a wing woman, right? Because you don't want a whole crew because that's overwhelming and then nobody's going to approach you. Doing things that are related or associated to dating. Going on dates. So I tell my clients, you have to give me 30 minutes a day every day. Because if you're truly dedicated to a result, that means you have to put yourself out there. And I recommend both online and offline. So you have to make it a priority. You can't say that this is what I want, but I'm only willing to be on one app once a month. So make a decision that, yes, I want to get back into the dating scene. Yes, I want to find a partner. Yes, I want to, I don't know if you want to get married or have children or whatever, but then you have to, just like your fitness, someone just said, you have to prioritize it. So that might mean there's no OT. For the next 3 months, I'm going to tell the sergeant, I'm not on the captain or whoever, I'm not doing OT.
I mean, OT, that's not mandatory for us. This is
okay, or whatever. Instead of me doing 5 shows, maybe this season I'm doing 4 shows. And like whatever that might look like for you, but you have to carve out the time. The only other answer would be for me to figure out how not to rotate around the sun to give you more than 24 hours in a day. But you have to prioritize it. So what I recommend to folks is 30 minutes a day of something dating related, some kind of dating related activity, which includes when you go to brunch with your friend, like when you're going out. That includes that too, but you have to make it a priority. And dating apps are just the most practical way to do it.
Like, what are good dating apps? Because I tried the dating apps and like, it's I must not be good with them or don't know the good ones because I'm just like.
So what I tell people all the time is that there's really no such thing as a good app or a bad app, right? Once the app is not glitchy and like actually flashes off and on, all apps are good. The question is what are you looking for, right? So if you are looking for a hookup, then there's going to be apps that are perfect for that. If you're looking for a committed relationship, then you got to do some Googles. You got to do some research. This is what I tell my clients to do. I say, I need you to Google in your city top 10 dating apps. So top 10 dating apps in DC. Do you have a preference, like a racial preference?
I mean, I prefer my men, but no, not really.
Okay, so good. So that, I mean, that even helps better. So what I would say is you Google the top 10. I want you to download 3 or 4 of them onto your phone. Don't pay for them yet. You will pay for them, but not yet. Create your profile and just play with the app. See how it flows, how it moves, what the rules are, what the regulations are. See which app you actually like the fluidity. Some people will say, like I've seen in the comments, oh, Bumble is good. The thing is that every app is good for who it's made for. So I like Bumble, but there are plenty of women who don't, because Bumble requires that women take the first step and men cannot communicate with them until some women hate that, right? So somebody would say, oh, I hate that app. It's a terrible app. That's my point. So what's a good app versus not? It's hard to say. You need to Google the top apps in your city, because dating is a numbers game, right? You want to be able to have as much access as possible, and then from there sift through and see who's a good match for you. So you want to Google the top apps in your city, and then from there you download a few of them. You create a very basic profile, and then you'll see how, what the rules are, how it flows, and then invest. Okay. Pay up. 3 months. 3 months won't kill you. Okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks.
All right, beautiful people. If there's anybody else who wants to jump on live so that I can answer a dating or relationship question that you have, thank you, Zeta Baby, for joining us. I really appreciated that. And thank you for your openness as well as an amazing question. What if you had a bad experience from online dating? Aisha, what if I had a bad experience from online dating? You've had, potentially, I don't know your life, right? Potentially, you've had a bad experience from offline dating too. That's not stopping you from dating. Nobody says, oh, my last 4 boyfriends were from in-person dating. It didn't work out, obviously. My last 2 boyfriends were from online dating. It didn't work out. So online dating is bad. No, your vetting process is bad, right? So this idea of, oh, online dating doesn't work because things didn't work with the guys that I was talking to or the girls that I was talking to. Things didn't work for the people you were talking to in person either. So then clearly it's not about the avenue, right? It's not about the online or offline. It's something else. It's something else. And many times I would challenge and say it's the vetting process. Okay? How do I get him to marry me by April? Tell me all the tricks. There are no tricks. If he doesn't want to marry you by April, it will not happen. You cannot get him to do anything. Unless you're into like hoodoo, voodoo, which I'm not familiar with, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you absolutely cannot get anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. Unless you have some kind of magic, or unless you're a psychiatrist or something and you can like what do you call the thing with you're getting very sleepy. You cannot get anyone to marry you. You cannot get anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. There are absolutely no tricks. What you can do is date the types of people who are interested in marriage and have they're similar to you in your goals and your values, and then that way if they desire marriage and you're compatible, right, then they will be more inclined to marry you. But even in that, you cannot control when. He will do it when he wants to, or not. Hypnosis, thank you, or not. You can never make anyone do anything they don't want to do. Okay? Another question was, should Christians only go on Christian dating apps? I would say no. There are plenty of Christians who are on other dating apps, so you should absolutely consider going on any app. You shouldn't limit yourself to only Christian Mingle or something of the sort. I have Keela Rise who requested to go live with me. And I sent it twice. So either you're going to accept it or not. Okay. He's leaving for military training. Is the relationship over? I don't know. You need to talk to him, Olivia. Ask him what are his goals in regards to his training. How long is his training? Does he want to have a long distance relationship? Olivia, you need to ask yourself, do you want to have a long distance relationship? And then decide accordingly. But you're having a conversation all with the wrong people, us on Instagram, and not him who's going to the military. I can't answer whether or not the relationship is over. I believe that a long distance relationship can work. I believe that there are two rules in the way that a long distance relationship can work. Number one, if there is an end date, and you just put 2 years. 2 years is a long time. But if there is an end date, if I don't know when this is going to be over and we'll be reunited, then guess what? I'm not doing it, and I wouldn't recommend anybody else to do it either. Okay, so number one, is there an end date? You have it, which is 2 years. That's my first standard of if a long distance relationship can work. We have to have a clear end of when this pain and urge is going to be over, right? And then my second rule is, do the both of you really want it to work? That's it. Like, do the both of you really want it to work? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to be alone? Are you willing to miss Valentine's Day and Christmas and New Year's and all that kind of good stuff in order to be with each other in those 2 years? But once you have an end date, once you know that, okay, all I got to do is stick it out for 18 months. All I got to do is stick it out for 2 years. All you got to do is you convincing yourself. But you get my point, right? All you got to do is, plus both of you have an equal desire to stick it out, then it will work. Okay? And then last question. Thoughts on dating an ex who has made the necessary changes within themselves? I am a believer. I believe. I'm a believer. Okay? Now, the question is, how did you assess the fact that they've made the necessary changes? Do you have true evidence and proof that this person is no longer presenting that particular behavior or a set of behaviors that caused the breakup in the first place? If you feel like you have adequately collected the data necessary, you see how like scientific this is? Guys, I take a lot of emotionality out of this. It's really not rocket science, right? Have you gathered enough evidence and data to support the claim that this gentleman has changed? I'm sorry, I'm being presumptuous. This person has changed from being who they were before that made the relationship problematic. Have you collected the data? And is this data biased because you just want to be back with him or her because you like them so much? Or you want to be back with them because you're feeling lonely? It's the holidays, right? Click the link in my bio to download my new ebook, How to Deal with Being Single During the Holidays. Trust me, there are ways and there are some benefits to being single, okay? Okay. So if you've collected the appropriate data, then go on right ahead. If you want to believe it because that's what you want to believe, then you're going to end up in a cycle, and I don't want that for you, okay? All right, beautiful people, I am going to dip. I have a group session in about an hour. I need a little bit of a breather, okay? So if you have enjoyed what you have seen thus far, I want you to go ahead and share this live after I post it, or any of the posts that I have on my Instagram. Share with a friend, somebody who can benefit. Anyone who is just joining, I'll have this saved so you can catch up, no worries. It's also on my YouTube channel at Align with Alison. I know, where are the stamps to buy? I don't know, Instagram is bugging, so a grown woman is talking about badges. It gives you the opportunity to like buy and support. However, for some reason it wasn't available today, so I don't know what the heck is going on. I appreciate the fire. I appreciate the amazing guys. I love that, and thank you. And I appreciate you guys for pushing and supporting me all the time. Please go ahead and share this message with anyone who you think can benefit. And if you yourself need some help in moving on from a relationship that did not serve you, Or if you need to learn how to navigate the dating scene like Zeta Baby, right? Then I want you to click the link in my bio and schedule a call. This call is to talk about the coaching programs. This is not a free coaching session. I'm gonna take one more moment to preach. One more moment. Y'all, all of y'all work. Y'all all have a job, right? And I am sure you do not appreciate when your supervisors try to take advantage of you to make you do work that they're not paying you for. Message is not only for me, but it's for all of the entrepreneurs that are out there, all of the consultants, anyone who does consultation calls. Please do not book a call with anybody in an effort to pick their brain or get free advice. The free advice I offer is every week here. And now I've even added a live element. Hello, talking specifically about your problem. So please, I got a DM that annoyed me, and the evidence of that is in my stories from this morning. Check it out. About picking my brain. I do this as a living, right? I just do this as a profession. So there is no pick your brain. If you need to consult with someone, they're kind enough to offer you a free consultation, please do not book it unless you're actually going to take into consideration what they have to offer. If you decide not to book, cool, you're not obligated to, but don't do it as an effort to take advantage of people. That kind of karma comes back to you. And then you're surprised when you're taken advantage of in your life. We need to be mindful of the way that we treat the professionals and professionals of color. Do not waste their time. Okay, on that note, I'm done with my TED Talk. Adios, amigos. Have a wonderful day. Bye.